And since they can be broken down, they are called degradable polymers. And now conducting polymers. So conducting polymers are basically polymers that conduct electricity. So for that we will have to we will need to do polymerization between alkynes. So you know that alkynes are substances which have the which have the carbon-carbon triple bond. So now what this results in is when we do a polymerization of, let's say, this is acetylene. So when we do the polymerization of acetylene, what we get is so we get something like this. So this is basically yeah, we have double bonds within the polymer chain, remember that. So this is as you can see, we have a double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. So this is known as conjugation when we have alternating double and single bonds. So this results in a giant electron cloud over the polymer, a giant electron cloud over the polymer chain, and these electrons can move when a potential difference is applied. So these are free electrons, and these electrons can move when a potential difference is applied. So because of this aspect of polyacetylene, because of this aspect, it can conduct electricity because the electrons can move when a potential difference is applied, when a voltage is applied. So remember the word conjugation. Conjugation is very important. It's alternating double and single bonds. Okay, so we are done with this as well. Now, now let's do an exercise on polymerization. So we are given three different polymers. We have to tell whether they are addition or condensation polymers, and we have to give the formula of the monomers. So for the first one, we can see that there is an amide linkage, that is one indication, and we can see that there is a CO on this end and an NH at this end. So obviously has to be condensation polymerization because these two combined together make the amide bond. So this will be condensation. Let's write C for condensation. And for the monomers, let's see a repeat unit. So first we will have to identify a repeat unit. Only then can we make the monomers. So let's start with this nitrogen. NH, CH2, CH2, NH, CO, CO. And then we are coming back to the NH. So now that we are coming back to the NH over here, the repeat unit ends like this. So this is one repeat unit of the polymer. This is one repeat unit, and therefore this is the diamine which has made the repeat unit, and this is the dicarboxylic acid which has made the repeat unit. So this will be, the first monomer will be the diamine. So H2N, CH2, CH2, NH2, that will be the diamine because you can see that here. And the carboxylic acid will be ethane dioic acid because HO2C, CO2H, because you can see that there are no carbons between them. So HO2C, CO2H. Let me write it a little more properly. It will be HO2C, CO2H. Now the second one, we can see ester group, and we can also see we have CO on this end and we have O on this end. Obviously they will be combining together when they react, so this has to be a condensation polymer. And the monomers, let's identify the repeat unit and then draw the monomers. So let's start with this carbon. So COCH with this background, with this backbone chain, CH2O, COCH, CH3, CH2O. Now if you will see that this is a repeat unit in itself because there is no repetition happening. Because if you would have said that why is there no repetition, because CO over here repeated, but then if you look at this branch chain is different than this branch chain. So there are two different molecules. So that's why this entire structure that is given to us is one repeat unit. So since this entire structure is one repeat unit, we will have to take